Special day of video. Hi, I'm Teacher Reacts. This is GOT7's Python. GOT7 just came back recently, and I actually had a little bit of a discussion on K-pop Reddit. Look, let's not talk about the Reddit because it's terrible, but there was a discussion that I saw that I thought was pretty interesting, and that was talking about groups that have peaked versus like generations that have peaked. For example, a lot of people think that a lot of fourth generation groups have hit their peak and they slowed down, and that's because of the massive, just ginormousness of all the third gen groups just being extremely huge and still having very popular stuff come out. And that's a discussion for another time, but I thought it'd be interesting, and I pose you this question: are there groups from different generations, like for example, are there third generation groups, do you think, still have a peak to hit? Are there fourth generation or fifth generation groups that have already hit their peak? Aren't we currently in fifth gen? I think we are, so maybe that's not the one to look at. But fourth gen comparative to fifth gen is something that I would like to hear your own discussion on, because I saw that on the Reddit. Look, you'd never go to the Reddit. It's a terrible, terrible place. Anyway, GOT7, last time we saw them is never on my channel. I've never done an actual new release of theirs. It's always been a Flashback Friday, because really, the last thing I heard of theirs was Miracle, which is 2018. I know they did something in 2020, but I never looked at it. Maybe we'll do a Flashback Friday since it's been 5 years since then, so we'll be eligible for Flashback Friday. But since I've done Teacher Reacts, there's been no GOT7 material released, because I believe they were in that thing where like a lot of them were in military service and then they all came back, and like we saw a different what's the word? We saw different solos from them. For example, JB, I think, is one of them. And then Jackson, who did Parade? Hold on, I have this. We looked at it a second ago, but I'm gonna look at it again. Just give me a second. Boom. Yeah, JB, Bam Bam. That's the one I'm thinking of. Why did I say Jackson? Is it Jackson a part of GOT7? Look, it's been a minute since I've looked at like the members to see who is it. Wasn't there one of them? Or yeah, Jackson Wang. He said that's the rapper dude. See, I know. We know things here. I'm not fully stupid. Now, we're going to go ahead and hop in. This is called Python. I've heard good and bad things about it, but I've yet to actually hear anything of it besides just other people's opinions. So time to formulate my own. I'm going to press play. It's called Python. I have no idea what to expect. I'm hoping something good. I mean, it's GOT7. It's going to be hard to not be good. Love this instrumental. Oh, goodness. This is going to be... I am going to be thirsting over all of them, and I apologize. GOT7 is one of those comfort groups I would go back to. Way back when I first got into K-pop. Oh, this is catchy. I like it. I really love how minimal this instrumental is. If you just ignore the the beat or whatever that's happening, and it's just the other part of the instrumental, there's not that much. That's nice.
I got taste, I got 7 golden rings. My accountant call me up, set the money, stack the space. What a snake with them eyes, I won't even try to lie. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could say goodbye. I've been running backwards like a marathon.
I like that rhythm a lot. Like little triplets, lovely. That is so fucking catchy, the way they go up on the word icon. They do the same thing on Loser, but it's more fun on the icon because it's like it's sweeping up. Good. And that's probably the end, because I heard it's very shorter, right? There's like no bridge, which there basically wasn't. there, look, that's the main complaint I've seen about this song, is that it's extremely short. It's like 2.5 minutes or whatever. Yeah, 2 minutes 35, barely over 2.5 minutes, which that is something we have had a discussion about with K-pop and with current song trends that are happening in music, to where music is getting very, very short. By the time you used to have like 4-minute long songs or 3 45-minute long songs, and now it's hard to get a 2-minute 30 song from somebody that's new. That is why it's really important that, and it's why I try to listen to a bunch of different groups and a bunch of new releases. That's why I do at least 4 songs per weekend, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, because I want to make sure that, 1, I can keep up with trends that are happening in music, but 2, I want to make sure to see how groups are using those trends effectively. If you're going to have a very fast, not very fast song, but a very short song, what are you gonna do with the song in that little time? 1, you gotta make sure every person is featured, which luckily, for the most part, everyone has a lovely feature here, which is good. Mostly entirely in English, which is fine. That is another trend that we've seen a lot from new K-pop stuff, which that is, you have your own opinion on. Everyone does. My opinion is I usually like Korean in my K-pop. That's how I do that. But like, I can understand why a lot of people have that going different ways. Like, a lot of people think that K-pop has to have Korean in it. A lot of people think K-pop needs to be produced by Korean. We had this entire discussion when we talked about Apata by Rosé, and then we also had this discussion when I mentioned in my complaint when we did Jimin's Who, and the reason that I don't go into the Jungkook stuff. And I think, for the most part, this still gives me that GOT7 sound that I really enjoy. Yes, there's a little bit of there isn't much of like a, how does I try? The hook of it is just this part right here, right? It's like this 3-line phrase is the main hook of the song when they're going up with the icon and then rhyming it like 2 times or whatever until they get to Python. And that's fine. GOT7 is one of those groups where I much prefer the slower stuff or the more emotional stuff. My favorite song by GOT7 is If You Do. I think that is a fucking masterclass of a song when it comes to K-pop. I really like that. Miracle's another one. Like I said, that's the most recent stuff of theirs that I know, which, like I said, is from 2018. So it's been a fucking minute since we've heard from them. At least I've heard from them. I know they did something else between then, like at 2020, but I don't remember much of else it is. So I think, and I think this sound font, by the way, the part that's playing right here that's following the melody of him is the same type of sound font. It's the same type of instrument keyboard type thing that they've used in previous stuff that really does link to a GOT7 type of sound. Because one thing that you could complain about here is it doesn't have that much of a GOT7 identity. And that is one thing that I've seen people complain about on Reddit. Like I said, never go to Reddit. But one thing I've seen people complain about is that this could be a song from like other groups. And really the only contradiction I have on that, the only counter argument I have on that, is that the vocals of GOT7 are unique. It's very easy to hear their voices and know who each member is. And to be fair, that comes with experience. I've been listening to them, like I said, since I've been listening to K-pop in 2012, when they made their debut in a long time ago. Back in like when EXO and all of them came out as well. So the main complaints I've seen so far is it's too short, in which my counter argument is that's kind of the trend recently. I can understand people being annoyed by that. I get annoyed by it every now and then too. Really, if you were going to complain about it being short, what could you add to it to make it better? The thing is, we have a tempo that does not change throughout the entire song. It's staying this beat the entire song, this fast. So like the only way you could extend this song without it becoming monotonous is if you were going to have a tempo change of some sort, whether you make it faster, whether you make it super slow, like something different. Maybe it would work if they slowed it down and changed the chorus to be a little bit different, but I don't know. I don't know what that would be. So that's the first complaint. People think it's too short. I say it's fine. Second complaint is this sounds too much like other K-pop groups, and I'm like, yes and no. Yes, because it's modernized. I mean, a lot of K-pop right now is very homogenized, and it really is hard to make your group stand out amongst other groups. But on top of that, GOT7 has good voices, and GOT7 has good personalities to them, and that's the good part about GOT7 is they have personality to them. And then what was the other main complaint? I think those were the main two. So like I mean, in my opinion, it's good. It's a wee bit short for me, but besides that, it's fine. I really like the instrumental, not the beat, the percussive beat, but like the whatever the keyboard is that's happening. I really enjoy that part because it sounds good. It still sounds very familiar to a certain a lot of people have been making this comparison too. It sounds similar to an 80s song, and I'm like, yes and no. Like, I can get why you would think maybe this sounds similar to like Ice on My Teeth or something like that, with a slow beat that's methodical and the very, very English forward chorus, and like, it's fine. I don't know. I would love to hear your own opinion. I'm putting this up literally today. This video came out 5 hours ago. I don't think I can get closer to that without staying up at night when K-pop releases their stuff. So I'm gonna try to put this up as soon as possible, but I have one more same day video to do because there was another group that came out today, but it was a debut. So I'm excited for it. I will see you all then. Bye.